GTA 6 is now set to release in November 2026, which means we have one more year in GTA 5. And with lack of any new content and the most regular bonus weeks in GTA Online, I know why many of you want to try out the roleplay side of GTA 5. A roleplay side where everyone has a different job, different liabilities, and their own unique purpose in the world of the roleplay server. A world where there are hundreds of real-life cars, where every house or business is owned by a real-life person, where you make money by working at different jobs, but also with different events and activities like the Battle Royale. And you must be thinking, this server can't be free, or it only accepts streamers and YouTubers. Well, don't worry, because this server is absolutely free, with a total player base of more than 500,000 players and hundreds of players playing on it at any part of the day, so it always feels alive. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can join and start playing on Grand RP. Also right now, you can get a free supercar for just playing on the server. The very first thing you're going to want to do is use my link in the description of this video, and that will take you to the official Grand Roleplay website where you will be able to register by clicking this button on the top right. Then, it will ask you whether you have a licensed copy of GTA 5, which I think all of us already do. Click Yes to proceed further, and it will take you to a registration menu where you will need to choose the server which you are going to be playing on. I recommend choosing the English server number 1 because this one is the most populated with the biggest player base, and this is also the server where all the YouTubers play on, including myself. Then choose a name for your character. This doesn't have to be your real-life name, but make it at least sound good and trustworthy, because players will be calling you by this name inside the game. Next, put your email, which you have access to in case for the recovery process if you ever forget the password for your Grand RP account. And finally, I recommend using my referral link, as this will give you first-time bonuses which you will never gonna get anywhere else. Alright, so now as your registration is finished, the next part is downloading and launching the Grand RP. And I also want to mention straight away that now you can also join with the GTA 5 enhanced version, which you previously wasn't able to do due to performance issues. Right now, this is not the case anymore, and whatever version of the GTA 5 that you have, you can use that to join the server. Next, you should install the Grand RP official launcher on your PC. And once you open it, you should choose the first server, because as I already said, this is the server with usually the most amount of players actively playing on it. And then, click the play button. After a minute, it will automatically start downloading the server assets. This will take a while the first time you launch it, because there is almost 20 gigabytes of assets to be downloaded. After the server data is ready, you will need to log in to your account with the email and password you have linked to it. And after you do this, the server will launch with your brand new account, and this will take you straight into your hotel room, where you will be spawning the first time before you can buy your very first apartment. So after exiting the hotel, come up to this woman and rent a scooter. This service is absolutely free. And don't worry, you are not going to be driving this scooter all the time, because if you stick till the end of the video, I guaranteed you will have your very first car and some basic understanding about the server. So the very first step you would want to do is to follow the active quest, which is the very first thing everyone has to go through to start proper role-playing on the server. Just follow what the text says down here and go to the location that have been already marked on your map. This is basically a tutorial which will show you some basic jobs and core server knowledge like how and where to receive packages, how to make money from the farm, and so much more. There is like 6 to 7 steps, and after completing each stage of the active quest, you will be receiving useful items, money, and even cases. But most importantly, your driver's license. After you complete the active quest, you will receive an electric scooter which you will be able to use anywhere you want. A free car, even though I understand this is the worst kind of car that you can even have, but at least it's something. And you are also going to be able to choose from one of these 3 cars. One of these will be completely yours for a week. And after you finally pick the car that you want, you will be able to call it in at any car park. By the way, in order to do that, just come to any parking that you see on the map and start renting it. After that, interact with it and your vehicle will spawn. Now, as I said, this vehicle is temporary and you will have it only for a week, and after that, it will disappear. But if you watch my guide till the end, I guarantee that by the end of this week, you will already have some money saved up for a good car. So the best way to make money right from the beginning would be to come to an office located here on the map. And from here, you will be able to sign a contract which will have 6 easy missions in it, paying $10,000 on average. And every day these restart, and I recommend you to note these somewhere because you can't just open these through the menu. Speaking about the menu, this is where a lot happens because through the menu you can buy basically anything that you want. This includes cars, money, clothes, backpacks, and a lot more. Speaking of cars, Grand RP has a really lot of real-life cars, unlike 5M, where real cars are not allowed. On Grand RP, this is not an issue, and here players drive Bugattis, G-Wagons, new BMWs, and all that stuff. By the way, you can get these without spending any real time and effort if you are ready to donate. There is also a battle pass which has hundreds of different rewards, such as money, free grand coins, and even cars, which you casually receive by leveling up on the server. And going back to the free Mercedes supercar, you can now get it for free by playing on the server for 50 hours. There is like 2 weeks left on this challenge as I'm recording this video. 50 hours is not a lot. And if you were planning to start playing GTA 5 RP, hey, I mean it's a perfect time to do so. This car is not going to be there permanently. One more thing I really like about Grand RP is that literally every house you see on the map is owned by someone, which also means you can own one as long as you have the money. Unlike in GTA 5, where there are maybe 20 houses max that you can buy on the map, on Grand RP there is a whole auction system for purchasing properties. On the auction you can find a lot of offers for luxury apartments and even mansions, which sell for tens of millions of dollars because the competition on the server is so high. Because of this, most players end up living in luxury apartments, as these quite often cost about the same as a nice car. You can also rent an apartment if you don't want to buy and spend a lot of your hard-earned money up front. But if you are planning to stay on the server for the long term, I would say owning an apartment is a must. Right now, the Halloween event has also arrived, and Grand RP made everything possible for you to feel that creepy atmosphere. The map has been reworked, the Halloween weather has been turned on, and there is a dozen of new Halloween outfits and cases where you can win even this Ferrari. Or you can just complete events and collect candies, which then can be exchanged for various items in the Halloween shop. It's so funny to think that Grand RP made a bigger Halloween update than Rockstar themselves, which I think clearly shows how big of a project this is. Speaking of different jobs that there are on the server, there are really a lot. You can be a firefighter, policeman, truck driver, or you can work in a gang. Or you can get your air transport license and fly planes for a living, and of course many more. Unlike vanilla GTA 5, here you can manage inventory, put out ads to everyone in the lobby if you want to sell something. You can come to the beach market if you want to sell or buy stuff, which vanilla GTA 5 obviously doesn't have. The one thing I really like about the server is that every building you see is most likely used and has its own purpose in the world. You can see this by opening the map because there will be hundreds of icons with businesses and jobs locations. So the city does really feel like an actual city. There is a place where people sell their used cars, which they no longer need for a fraction of their real price. Another good way to make money is through the investments. You can open the app through your phone, and there is 2 options, daytime and long-term investments. And I recommend daytime only, as these just give you money based on how many hours a day you play. Whereas with long-term investments, you are only going to make decent money if you invest a lot and in a super long period of time. 500 hours is a really lot of time, and I don't think any one of us can do it without going crazy on the game. So daily investments is the better option here. Another great way to make money is to trade at the beach market. But I do want to mention, you can't enter this money-making model right away because you ideally want to buy and sell only high-ticket items that are at least 200,000 for a better return on investment. But if you are rich and have like 3 or 4 million to circulate, I guarantee you will always have money by trading here. The best thing about the beach market is that there are no set prices. If you are the seller here, you can make a lot of money. But if you only come here to buy things, be careful and don't get scammed by players who set their prices 2 times or even 3 times more than the rest. But anyway, that's all I have for you today. The most difficult part of playing on a roleplay server is always the start, where you have to figure out how the world and systems work. But after a few weeks, it's not that hard anymore. Just a reminder, the link is in the description, and if you want to get a free supercar, join today and start building and leveling up your character. I wish you good luck on your journey. Subscribe.